Shayna's got a plan, no need to fret. Found a way to help that you won't forget. Doctors lost the answers, but she found the key. Empowering ladies, setting us free. Battle in the storm with courage and grace. Shayna's got the wisdom to help you embrace. No more relying on pills they don't know. She's got the strength to help you grow. Feel the power rising inside. Shayna's guidance right by your side. Life's getting brighter step by step. With Shayna's touch, you're gonna prep. Feel the power rising inside. Shayna's guidance right by your side. Life's getting brighter step by step. With Shayna's touch, you're gonna prep. Medicine shelves are emptying out. Finding real strength, that's what it's about. No more prescriptions tying you down. With Shayna's help, you'll wear the crown. Ladies, hear the call, it's time to rise. Shayna lifts the veil, opening eyes. No more shadows breaking your day. With the wisdom, fight pain away. Finding the strength deep inside. Shayna Melissa takes us on this ride. From suffering to a life so free. Her healing touch, she'll set you free with a heart.
Hey, cancer. Let's talk about it. Cancer rates are dramatically on the rise. We used to think it was 1 in 30, 1 in 10, 1 in 7. Newer stats are showing it's closer to 1 in every 2 will develop cancer in your lifetime. But what can you do? There is so much misinformation out there, and misinformation overwhelm fads, claims that just don't work, and so much more. Today, we're going to talk all about cancer warriors who are going from merely surviving to truly thriving, and what they did and how they did it. I am Shayna Melissa Stockman, a registered nurse and a nationally board certified nurse practitioner for well over 30 years, who empowers medical mysteries and cancer warriors to get and feel better while reducing or often eliminating your reliance on medications. Let's dive right in. I usually like to start with some good news, and here is why. Last evening, I'm not going to get too political, we had a State of the Union address by our president, who said, hey guys, if you think the safety of our Americans should be first, basically stand up. And all of the Republicans stood, and like none, probably almost none of the Democrats stood. I don't want to get political, but the point is we are dividing ourselves, and we need to, instead of divided we fall, united we stand. So let's come together. I want to share some good news. Thank you for those 2.5 thousand that interacted on it from last night, and the 445 comments that I haven't all gone through yet, and the 399 shares. So let's talk about the good news. I love spreading the positivity. Kudos Magazine. Absolutely love it. This beautiful magazine, Kudos, just published and released another issue, another edition of it. Look at this beautiful child on there. It is a gorgeous cover. If you are subscribed to my newsletters, you should have received this digital version in your inbox already. If you don't see it, check your spam or promo folder, drop Kudos, or simply go to worldwellnessexpert.com/kudos to claim your copy. It is beautiful. There are quick, easy recipes that are delicious and nutritious. It's interactive magazine because there are links in there that you can click, and videos, and there are freebie offers and so much more. So I hope you enjoy it. I've been collaborating with them now. They have blessed me with putting my words of wisdom in the past about 24 issues now. So thank you for inviting me in and keeping me on board. For There's, there's other experts in there as well, and lots of healthy recipes. It is not my magazine, but I am blessed to have some of my words of wisdom in that beautiful magazine by Brady's Event and Marketing, the lovely Elizabeth Marasco. Okay, moving right along. Speaking of Liz, right here, she is hosting an amazing event. Her Kudos magazine has put together an awesome event, caregiving for the caregivers. And thank you to her. There was absolutely no cost to this event. She knows that the caregivers also need care of, because the caregivers are so taking care of the world, and who the heck is taking care of the caregivers? So she has this event coming up, caregiving for the caregivers. It is um, March 12th from 12 noon to 3 p.m. EST, live online, not recorded. There is absolutely no cost, but you must register. So scan that QR or go to kudoscaregiver.com for this event. There is nothing we're going to sell you from there. It's just complimentary. And it's geared for caregivers. There's also going to be an estate attorney on there to show us about estates and wills and things you don't even think about when you're a caregiver for precious your treasured loved ones. So I also wanted to share with you that I was just nominated for NP of the Year. Long Island and New York State. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those that nominated me. This was a prior NP of the Year award that I had won, and from a different organization. And that's a former student of mine that won NP of the Year last year. A lot of my patients and clients don't know about these awards and that they can nominate me or how. So if you feel I'm worthy of this and would like to nominate me, there is no cost. It's a simple process. Reach out to me or come back and we'll drop a link here where you can nominate me at absolutely no cost. I am already nominated, but I'd like to secure this, and I know I'm worthy of it. So if I've helped you or your treasured loved ones in any way and you think I am worthy of NP of the Year award, I would love for your support in nominating me to help share my message to I want my mission is to empower 1 million people per year, each and every year, to not only get better but and feel better while reducing your symptoms, autoimmune flare-ups, and reliance on meds. So if that's a mission you would like to support and be behind, because you know what, the more support we have, the more my message can open up to more people and the more sponsors I can get to help more people at no cost. So thank you. Now moving right along, I recently gave a talk in an auditorium that held 200 people, and I asked them a question I'm going to tell you about in a second. I want you to know I'm not opposed to medicines, but they are a leading cause of death in this country. And often the medications that can fix you are also the medications that often kill people as well. So I'm not opposed to them when you need you get a back pain, you pop a pill. You get a headache, you take a pill. Now, but then that headache comes back, that back pain comes back. So that pill is a quick fix, good for now. It doesn't get to the root cause, it doesn't prevent it from coming back. And it's just a good for now. What if, and medicines are often like that. And even with the cancer treatments, right? They might shrink the cancer and make it temporarily smaller, but then sometimes it comes back with a vengeance. So it is not curing, it is fixing for now. Now, what if when you had that roof leak, instead of the quick fix where you put the bucket underneath it, right? It's good for now. It's a couple dollars, but you know it's going to cost you a lot more money when you don't fix it. You do that quick fix, right? Now you're going to need electrical and mold. But what if you had the expert with the tools that could fix that roof leak for you, like in this photo right here? So if you had a choice of, hey, your roof's leaking, do you put a bucket underneath it, the quick fix, or do you solve the problem and hire the expert who has done this tons of time and can give you the tools and the know-how and is experimented with everybody else and know what works and doesn't work? I want to be the expert for you in your healthcare to empower you with the tools you need and show you how to do it so it can save you tons of time, tons of money, and tons of ulcers you don't need. Now, let's get to how the cancer warriors are going from merely surviving to truly thriving. It starts off with mindset. This lays a strong foundation for you. I have heard of patients that were misdiagnosed with cancer, never had it, and died because their mind was going that way. It's important to have a strong mindset, to master your mindset and retrain your brain. And this is something I go through in my workshops and my 90-day programs with a lot of exercises. A lot of cancer warriors are focused in over there on the left, right? The doctor, the meds. Oh my God, I'm almost out of pills. I need to book another appointment. I have to go to the pharmacy. Did I eat or not so I can take this other medicine? But instead of focusing over there, where you keep focusing on treatment, 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 what if you focus in the opposite direction and you look at all the cancer warriors that are thriving and say, whoa, what are they doing? I need to do that. And I want to help you do that. I want to help you retrain the brain to know it is possible. I have helped clients go from stage 4 metastatic cancer who were told to go into hospice and practically die to go into full remission. And I have done this more than once, multiple times. So there is hope for you. I want you to know it is possible. So first, you have to believe it is possible. Then take the consistent action step. But it starts off with the belief. So believe. You've seen all these other cancer warriors go from stage 4 to full remission. You can do it too. You are worthy. You are deserving. Now look at my grandma here. I love plugging my grandma. This is another story. In the early 90s, when I was a brand new nurse, doctor said she'd never walk again. I gave her the belief she'd walk again, then she believed in it, she believed in me and the process, and then there she is in the middle, standing up, walking again. Woohoo, kudos to you, Grandma. So, so sometimes the doctors are wrong. I'm not going to bash them all. There are some good ones out there. Now, here's another example. When I had my autoimmune issues and I was in full blown heart failure, I was diagnosed with everything from MS to heart failure. My kidneys weren't working good. One more. That can we go one more? Yeah. So I want you to know that I suffered all these autoimmune issues, and the doctors too left me feeling helpless and hopeless. So I want you to know if you're a cancer warrior out there, there is hope for you. You know, if you go to the doctor and you can't get the answers you need, you go to the specialist, you think that's the last stop. It is not. The doctors told me they didn't think there was anything else they can do for me. And I had the belief I will get better. And then I figured out how and I took consistent action steps. So I have hope for you, even if your doctor or your specialist or your oncologist doesn't have hope for you. There's things I do differently and I know I can help you. So I went on to healing myself holistically. Some of my doctors became my clients. Some didn't want to know what I did because they saw our mutual patients not needing to go in every month for medicines. I wrote about it in that book that went on to reach #1 international bestseller. If you need some more help with your mindset, I have this complimentary daily dose of positivity here. This is really cool. It'll help you begin to master your mindset, retrain your brain to realize you are worthy, you are deserving. It is possible. Look at all these other people that went from merely surviving to truly thriving. This is a totally free, complimentary daily dose of positivity from me. It gives you 31 beautiful screensavers with another positive, inspirational message every single day. They are downloadable and it's going to help you start to retrain your brain to have that good habit that you are worthy, you are deserving. It is possible. You can use these screensavers for your phone or your laptop. You can change them every single day. Oh, there you are. If you like to get those, just go to worldwellnessexpert.com/30 days. Okay, that's all you got to do. And it's going to give you another message every day for 31 days that are inspirational. And you can, watch a different one every day. At the end of the month, you can repeat them again or keep the same screensaver for a month if you'd like. Okay, now, also in the book that I wrote that reached #1 international bestseller, It Overcoming Life Obstacles. If you'd like to get a copy, you can do so. You can just go to worldwellnessexpert.com/OLO and you can get the ebook like right now. The reason I share this with you is there are beautiful, positive stories. It is not only my book, it was my idea for the book, and I handpicked the co authors that are in there. And each one wrote about a life obstacle they had, but more how they overcame it. So it could inspire, motivate, and help transform the reader to overcome their similar life obstacle, but yet do so at an expedited pace from someone that's been there, done that. Now, I have some clients in this book, some friends literally from around the world, some cancer warriors. So please get a copy of this ebook right now at worldwellnessexpert.com/OLO and read. There's a couple specific chapters about cancer warriors in there that went from stage 4 into full remission. And one of them during the book, she had said in there that I hope one day, I know one day I will be cured with the help of Shayna. And since the book was published, she went into full remission. And then we have another cancer warrior in there that went from stage 4 colon cancer into full remission. So I want you to know it is possible. You must believe and then take consistent action steps. That book photo of me was recently at a local library in Long Island, New York, that is one of the many that is housing my book. I'm not sure which one that was. If it was Satcham's, a beautiful library housing my book, and I don't know, some of the others. Okay, moving right along. I'd like to know, we just want to break it up mentally for you. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Drop it down below. And some of my clients are private and I don't disclose any of their information. And some are more open and want their stories told to inspire and motivate others. So this lady right here is from the local community, one of my clients I've been working with a few years. Sharing with permission, she is a cancer warrior who is a full quality of life now, years later. I would have thought when she first diagnosed that she had maybe a month left to live. And now this is her years later with a full quality of life. Woohoo, congratulations to you. So this lady can do it. Cancer ice cream lady can do it. Woohoo! At an older age, I know you can do it too. But I want to share with you, I did insist that she go to an oncologist and get a second opinion and everything with the biopsies. But also, I said to her, did anybody tell you to watch your processed sugars? And she said no. And I'm like, imagine all these times these cancer warriors are going through radiation, chemo. How many times a week or a month are they at these facilities? And not one facility handed them a pamphlet or told them to please watch your processed sugar because that feeds the cancer. So please, you know what? Less is best when it comes to processed sugar and processed foods in general. All right, moving right along. I want you to know, stay focused on me for a second here, that what I'm about to tell you are general guidelines. I cater to the individual client and their specific needs. So these are general rules of thumb. I'm not giving you specific medical advice right here. You can reach out to me for a private individual consultation where I can give you medical advice. But right now, I don't know your allergies or if your kidneys are working good, your liver is working good, or anything else. So these are general guidelines. Please schedule a private video consultation with myself or bring these ideas back to your licensed healthcare provider as suggestions and say, hey, I heard maybe this, or that. So I want you to know that. First, you have to, number one, is prioritize yourself over your job, over your business. Too many people like, I got to work, I got to bring in the income. But you know what? If you bring in the income but you die, you're not good to anybody. So please, you must believe it is possible. You must retrain your brain. 2 is you are worthy, you are deserving. You must believe it is worth you are worthy and deserving. 3 is you must prioritize your one life over your job and your business. You have to remove carcinogens, known carcinogens like cigarette smoking and others out there. You have to remove your sugars. Sugar feeds the cancer. So if it's cake, candies, ice cream, chips, dips, try to replace those with healthier sweets like fruit with nuts or fruit with maybe a little bit of cheese. Processed is no good. If it comes in a bag, a box, a can, please try to get rid of it. I'm not saying you have to grow all organic, but that might be an option too. Try to get some sleep. A lot of times when you don't sleep, you can't fully function. It adds to your sadness, depression, and then it compounds anxiety even more. You need to rest and sleep so that your body has time to heal. If you're busy doing 5,000 things, your body can't devote time to healing. So sleep is important. Rest is important. Doing things that are not medical are important. Instead of just constantly doctors and chemo and meds and pharmacies, you have to have me time that's not medical time. Something that makes you smile and laugh. It doesn't matter if it's meditation, if it's yoga, if it's a hobby, an art, a painting, a drawing, live music, dancing. What I like to call my 4-minute happy dance. So you just get up and dance to de-stress. You have to make time for you that is not focused over there where the doctors and the meds and the prescriptions are. Distilled water or filtered water is better if you can filter out the fluoride that has heavy metals with it. Fresh air, we have to go back to the old basics. Fresh air, sunshine, vitamin D, grounding, walking barefoot on the ground. Those are things that we used to use way back in the day that we're forgetting about. Also, fasting helps fast the cancer. But like I said, these are general guidelines. If you're an insulin diabetic, I might not suggest fasting for you. So there is something to fasting that it helps starve the cancer. But there's a way that we can actually look at your genetic level and your genetic highways and genetic light switches. And if we turn those on, that can produce more super potent effects that have even been proven more effective than just the fasting. So you can use some of these or all of these or a combination of them. Now, and monitoring is important. So, of course, I'm always about prevention. If I could help you prevent a cancer, I would rather. I'm also about early detection, making sure you're up to date on your screening tests, your colonoscopy, your breast ultrasounds, whatever it may be, your physical exams. Monitoring is good because I've seen cancer warriors that listen to the traditional doctor and doing, say, their chemo, and 2 months later, their markers are even higher. And it's showing, whoa, that's not right treatment for me. So it's important to get baseline numbers with your tumor markers like a CEA or your PSA if you're a male with prostate cancer. So it's important to get baseline numbers and then please beg your doctors to check them periodically. That's the only way you're going to know if a treatment is working rather than waiting 6 months to repeat a PET scan. A lot of these images that they're doing are CAT scans, are more radiation. And they're giving you a lot of times IV dyes with heavy metals in them. So instead of waiting 6 months to get your radiation imaging with heavy metals in an IV, you can ask for a blood test to repeat the cancer marker in a month. Why should you wait 6 months to find out if that treatment made you better or worse or not? So it's important to monitor. I've seen cancer warriors say, hey, doc, my cancer numbers are worse now on the chemo. It's not working for me. Can we switch the chemo? And then the specialist is like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So please, you have to advocate for yourself. When you go to your visits, try to go in the middle of the day when it's less busy, not on a Monday. Bring a notepad, a pen, write down your questions, bring someone with you. There's other markers you can go for. So you want baseline and periodic repeat of the imaging and of the cancer markers. If it's the CEA marker or the PSA, you can do blood tests for inflammation. It's not a direct correlation to the cancer, but it might tell you if your inflammation is going down, that possibly the cancer might be going down. So you can also ask for blood testing for inflammation. One's called a SED rate, one's called CRP, and one's called the homocysteine level. So it's not a direct correlation to cancer, but it can give you an idea on if there's more or less inflammation in your body. Okay, other things you can do. God, there's so much more I want to cover. Vitamins. Some vitamins are good. Keep in mind, anything synthetic that's man-made, you might not absorb a lot of it. Your stomach acids kill it off. And even fruits and vegetables might have insecticides, pesticides, might be frozen, microwaved, and decrease some of the nutrients. Some of the vitamins that are more important when you have cancer, definitely vitamin D. You also need K2 to absorb the vitamin D into the bones. I don't recommend K2 if you're on blood thinners because it can throw off your level. Vitamin C, methylated B vitamins are so important for the nervous system, especially if you decide to do chemotherapy or radiation in addition to alternatives, because it'll help better your odds of not getting that nerve pain from the traditional treatments. You got omegas, right? The omegas from fish, wild salmon, walnuts, zinc. You can grow microgreens, right? Those are so much more super potent with nutrients. You could have a little garden of your own. It could be herbs, roots, plants. We need to use those for the power of their medicinal purposes. Um, we try to get organic. It is more expensive. Organic at food stores can be sprayed with those misters or Opeel. You're trying to, if you can go to the local farmer's market and outright ask, or the local farm or grow your own. I think meat is okay because if you don't eat meat, right? Caveman ate meat. They didn't have cancer that we know of. If you don't eat meat, then you're eating more fruits and veggies, which is more carbs, which is raising your sugar. So I think meat is okay if it's grass fed, grass finished. Go to your local farm, maybe buy a half a cow with your neighbors and split it. Literally, they do this nowadays. Ginger is good, garlic is good. These are general guidelines. Ginger root, pure natural garlic is great to help fight cancer. Organic broccoli and organic blueberries, because the ones that are not organic broccoli and blueberries are sprayed, and it's not like you can just peel it and eat the inside. Coconut oil. Teas. Resort to your teas. There are medicinal powers in the teas, especially dandelion and green tea. Green tea is a potent antioxidant. Dandelion, they lied to us. They told us it was a weed because they wanted us to eradicate it so that we needed these medicines, right? So dandelion is potent. Tea bags often have plastic. So I have a tea diffuser. You can put the leaves in a little device that you drop into your hot water, or you put the tea leaves in like an infuser that instills it into the water. Apricot seeds and soursop, there is something to them. Please know that there are a lot of knockoffs out there. Someone technically could take an apricot seed, grind it down, put 2 sprinkles of it in a capsule and say it's apricot seeds. So you have to know what brands are good and reliable, and I can help you do that. I work with the best brands internationally. Okay. There's some potency in soursop as well. Now I'm going to go through some of the colors. Green apples are a little bit better. Green apples have flavonoids and polyphenols. They're rich in antioxidants. They help neutralize those free radicals to reduce oxidative stress, cellular inflammation. They have fiber, quercetin, and so much more. Purple potatoes are supposed to have anthocyanins in them, and they kill the stem cells of the cancer cells. So what happens is this anthocyanins in purple potatoes kill the stem cells of the cancer. So it prevents it from re-replicating and making new cells. Now, this is there were studies showing how effective it was in colon cancers. Now, I want you to know a lot of these can be used with your traditional treatments. They don't have to be used instead of. And I will not claim that any one of these alone will cure, treat, or mitigate your cancer. It's a combination, and it has to be the right combination for you. If somebody says to me, what's the best chemo for cancer? It depends on the exact type you have. I'll go into that a little further. Now, these purple potatoes have the anthocyanins in it that kill the stem cells of the cancer from coming back. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper into the colors. Red and purple grapes, in particular, especially the skins and the seeds. They contain not only high levels of antioxidants and things like I can never say this word, resveratrol, but they also have anthocyanidins, proanthocyanidins, which are promising to help towards preventing and combating to inhibit the tumor growth, to slow down and stop tumor growth. What they do is they trigger it's another hard word, a pepto. Well, the word that means cancer cell death. So they help trigger cancer cell death and they reduce inflammation. Okay, moving right along. There's powers in things like lemon. You can do alkaline water, but our body really goes back to the pH it's meant to. There's some power in apple cider vinegar if it doesn't have a peel in it. The green apples, extra virgin olive oil, pomegranates. Now keep in mind, some of these are fruits which have some sugars in them, carbs in them as well. And so you want to balance the carbs and the natural foods for their medicinal purposes. Now, some people are using fenbendazole and ivermectin. And let me tell you the big difference of this and why. And I have so much more, so please stay tuned. Now, fenbendazole and ivermectin, they are different. Fenbendazole is not FDA approved for humans. It is approved for animals to deworm. Have humans taken this? Yes. Have humans claimed great results? Yes. Will a licensed healthcare provider prescribe you a human fenbendazole that is not FDA approved for humans? No. Have people got the animal version dewormer and taken it? Yes. I will never tell you what not to do that's not FDA approved. You can make your own decisions. Ivermectin, on the other hand, is FDA approved in humans. So fenbendazole is not FDA approved for humans, it's approved for animals. Ivermectin is FDA approved for humans for parasites who have parasites or topically on the skin for lice or rosacea of the skin. But it is not approved for cancer. So ivermectin is FDA approved for parasites or topically for lice and rosacea, but not for cancer. It's not to say it may not work. It's just to say that things that aren't easily patentable, and it's a big pharma thing. Let's not go there. So I'm not saying it doesn't work for cancer. I'm just saying the FDA has not approved it for that indication. Now, if you think that you need to kill off some parasites, you have to be very, very, very careful because there are three stages to the parasites. And if you just kill the adults without killing the babies, or you just kill the pregnant ones without killing the adults and the babies. So there are three different stages. You have to make sure that you simultaneously address all three stages of the parasites because you don't want to, I don't know, kill off the pregnant mamas and kill off the adults and not the pregnant mamas or not the babies. So it's important to attack all three stages. But also there's something called binders. There are people that just did these treatments on their own from Google research. I do not recommend that. Talk with a licensed healthcare provider to give you specific advice about your needs. Now, if you choose to do this route, that you also have to look at attacking all three stages of the parasites, but also binders. Because if you all of a sudden kill off all the pregnant parasites and they release all the babies, you're going to have this toxin overload. And a lot of people have ended up so much worse and hospitalized because they released all the toxins at once and they did not do it with a binder that can bind to the toxins, take it out of the blood brain barrier and help it excrete. Now, there's some other things I'm going to get into a little bit. And please, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. Please drop us likes, heart, comments. Please click that share button if you know this can help a cancer warrior that has these questions. Also, there's something to oxygen therapy, hyperbaric chamber. I'm not saying you have to do all of these. You have to find out what's good for you and your price point. There's something to methylene blue too, but there's a lot of knockoffs out there that just don't work. A few years ago, women were getting birth control online and getting pregnant because there was no birth control in the pills. So please reach out to a licensed healthcare provider to see which companies are legit, and please only get products direct from the manufacturer. Amazon has a ton of knockoffs that are cheaper and they look exactly or almost identical to the real deal. But not only do they don't have the real active ingredients that you need, they might have lethal ingredients that can actually kill you. There you can discuss, infrared light therapy, PMFs, hormone therapy, and immunotherapy. Now, like there's some ladies that have a breast cancer that responds to estrogen. So they might be given a hormone that works along the lines of estrogen. But it's important to know what another cancer warrior was helped with does not mean it's going to help you. She might have gotten results from a treatment that works along her estrogen hormone, but your cancer might not feed on estrogen. So it's not a cookie cutter science. You need a licensed healthcare provider to look over your specific biopsies, imaging, and give you specific advice. It's like this. If somebody asks me what's the best car to get, right? It depends. Do you have a family of six, or you are like a single person that wants high speed like a Corvette? Or what's the best house to get? There is not a one size fits all. The problem with medicine is they give you one size fits all. Oh, you have breast cancer or colon cancer, you get this treatment. They give you the same treatment they give an 80-pound person and a 300-pound person at the same dose often. And it needs to be tailored and personalized to the individual. Now, there are powers in herbs and plants like turmeric, curcumin, quercetin. There is power in NAD, in glutathione. However, like I said earlier, it is so much more super potent, anything endogenously your body makes, than if you take it externally. If you take it externally, it's often synthetic. You don't absorb it. Your stomach acids kill it off. Anything your body can make on its own is so much more super potent. Like, for instance, some of these herbs I was mentioning, turmeric, curcumin, quercetin, are in blends that I take. Now, but there's things like NAD and glutathione. You can buy a bottle of glutathione, but it's not going to work as good as the glutathione your body makes. Now, glutathione you buy, if you get, I don't know, an IV injection, it's going through plastic tubing, it's giving you a huge dose and then none the rest of the month. But you can rev up your body's own glutathione. Now, and glutathione you take, it often gives GI upset. It's expensive. It's often a liquid, or it's through a plastic tubing IV, but the half-life, it only lasts a few minutes. Also, it's not as super potent as endogenous that your body makes. Now, there are ways we can rev up your body's own NAD, your own glutathione, and that is so much more super potent. It's like this. If I take a vitamin C, it's synthetic, my stomach acids kill it off, I don't absorb it. But what if I can make my own equivalent of the antioxidant? Now, that's what I want to get into a little further. Now, check out this slide, because I'm sure you guys are sick of looking at this face right here. Free radicals. Free radicals are all in the environment. Planes, trains, automobiles, insecticides, pesticides, radiation from the plane, the cell phone, the x-ray, the CAT scan. And these free radicals, check out this free radical right here. These free radicals, they cause something called oxidative stress. That's AKA cellular inflammation. That is never good. It's linked to hundreds of diseases, disorders, 9 of the top 10 leading causes of death. And it causes this cellular inflammation, which is not good, right? You get an inflamed elbow or knee, it hurts, and it's not good. So these free radicals are all around us. They create oxidative stress, which is known as cellular inflammation, is another term. It's not good. We need to get rid of it. It's linked to cancer. If you go here, check out this next image right here. PubMed Central is a beautiful source. PubMed is where all the scientifically proven tests are that were not only proven but revalidated and on our government website. So there is PubMed, and PubMed Central has even more studies there. If you go to PubMed and you type in this oxidative stress and cancer, I did this right before today. There was 582,411 studies that were done showing a link to oxidative stress and cancer. Do you think it's important that we reduce this oxidative stress? Now, let me explain to you oxidative stress and what it is. And also watch my episode from last week where I went into this a little bit further on genetic highways and how to activate them. Oxidative stress is like when you cut an apple, right? It turns brown. That's basically oxygen molecules or whatnot hitting it, prematurely aging it. It's like when that bucket rusts. It is premature aging. It's not good. That's what happens in our cells. The oxidative stress creates premature aging. Now, check this out. An antioxidant you take by mouth, right? It's often synthetic. You don't absorb it. Your stomach acids kill it off. Is not that potent. Or the fruits and vegetables, they lose a lot of their potency by the time they're sitting on a shelf. Insecticides, pesticides, cooking, microwave, freezing, they're not that potent. But there's ways now. We make our own antioxidants. We make super potent antioxidants. We make glutathione, which is the master regulator. We make SOD, superoxide dismutase, that fights these bad free radicals. So an antioxidant your body makes is so much more super potent. Let me give you an example. An antioxidant you take by mouth, a blueberry, an orange, a vitamin C. One of those antioxidants can only fight and neutralize one bad free radical. One good soldier fights one bad soldier, right? When you take an antioxidant. But when you make an antioxidant like more glutathione or SOD, one of those antioxidant molecules can neutralize up to 1 million of the free radicals. So when you take an antioxidant, one good fights one bad. One good soldier fights one bad soldier. But when you make your own super potent antioxidants, one good can neutralize up to 1 million of the bad free radicals that is causing the oxidative stress, the inflammation. So for that reason, I would rather have my own body make antioxidants than take them. So instead of just doing simple supplementation like vitamin C, I do gene activation. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about that. If we can pull up a picture of like the highway. Oh, okay. Can we go back one? Okay, there's that highway there on the right? We have these highways in our body that different genes work on. And we can actually activate those genes to wake up and start producing those good antioxidants again, like they used to, like that glutathione for that 1 to 1 million ratio, or that SOD or glutathione for that 1 to 1 million ratio. Okay, let's move on to this mitochondria. Check out this cell here. Now, this is mitochondria in your body. This is also linked to cancer. All those little ovals in there, those are mitochondria. And that big blob, that's a cell. So you have all these little mitochondria in the cell, and those are required for the cells to live because they take the energy we get from food and they convert it into cellular energy that our cells can use. So those mitochondria are the energy stations, and they are linked to a lot of cancers, and they malfunction and they get destroyed. And I'm going to tell you more about them. Now, check out this next image here. This is what mitochondria are like in our cells. You ever get that flashlight that's dim, right? If your batteries aren't good, you don't function efficiently and proficiently, right? Your cell phone's dying, or your laptop energy's low, or your car energy is low, the battery, it doesn't even start. Or the flashlight is low on energy, it's very dim, right? So this energy is required for us to function efficiently and proficiently. And the mitochondria provide the cellular energy called ATP that is required for the cells to live. But the mitochondria got damaged and get destroyed and malfunction. Now, check this out. I went back to PubMed Central, where the scientific studies are proven and revalidated. And I typed in oxidative stress and mitochondria, and 289,000 studies showed up. So there is an important link. And I actually typed in cancer and mitochondria, and thousands of studies popped up. Now, here's how they work. We have that highway, right? And we have these different highways in our body, and different, almost like blood vessels or your nervous system. We have highways throughout our body, and these highways control different genes. And different genes are responsible for different jobs. Some genes can make our body produce more of those super potent antioxidants for that 1 to 1 million ratio to reduce that oxidative stress that's linked to cancer. Another gene can make our bodies make more mitochondria required for the cells to live. So we have these highways with different genes, and there are ways we can activate these genes. These genes our bodies weren't meant to live this long and produce this much. So they got bored and tired. And there's ways we can activate genes to wake up, to stimulate them to do the job they used to do. So we can start feeling the way we used to. And we can do this with different plant-based ingredients that can actually activate that genetic highway, turn on that genetic switch, make your body make more mitochondria required for the cells to live, and make your body produce more super potent antioxidants that reduce that cellular inflammation. Now, there's also toxicity in our cells. Now, we get toxicity from all these planes, trains, automobiles, insecticides, pesticides, plastics, and the toxins accumulate, causing toxicity, which is never good. Now, you see that man out there taking out the garbage? It's like our men in real life probably get taken out, sick, tired, taking out the garbage all the time, right? And it's stacking up. Our bodies are like that. Our body can't get rid of all of these toxins as quick as we get them. So it piles up and it stocks up. And then these toxins are creating toxicity. So creating poisons in our body. And then when there's so much poison in our body can't absorb the good nutrients. So now we're back to the genetic highways here. Now, check this out. So we have these genetic highways in our body, and different genes are responsible for different tasks. And we can actually activate, stimulate that genetic highway to wake up. Now, how we do this is certain herbs in exact proportions taken simultaneously were scientifically proven and revalidated to do this. So what they do is specific herbs in exact proportions taken simultaneously in capsules, caplets, or juices can activate that genetic highway to turn on that genetic switch so that your body starts producing those super good defenses like it used to. Make more mitochondria required for the cells to live. Have your body produce more of those super potent antioxidants like superoxide dismutase and glutathione to reduce that oxidative stress. Now, anything your body takes, when you do this, you activate the genes and your body creates more of its own glutathione. That is so much more potent than you trying to take liquid glutathione. Same with NAD. I can actually activate a pathway for the NAD to rev up your body's own production of these defenses. So again, it is more important to activate these genes to rev up your body's endogenous production of these defenses than to try to take them in a synthetic form that your stomach acids kill off and you don't absorb. Now, moving right along to testing. I have the power now to order testing. I partnered up with a lot of healthcare providers, doctors and nurse practitioners in all the other states. So if you need specific testing, I now have the power to get you that testing at a huge discount. There is also testing. I want you to reach out to me. If you're a cancer warrior, there is testing now that is often not done in the US, but you can get it in the US that will help you discover for your specific cancer what chemo treatments, traditional treatments will work best for you, respond, and what alternative treatments will respond. And it is important. Let's like this. Healthcare providers, if you're on, we have, when you get an infection, they do a culture and a sensitivity test where they can test different antibiotics and see which antibiotics will work best on that infection. There is testing that we can do now that is often not done in the US, and most doctors in the US don't do it, that will actually tell us what, for your specific cancer, what what treatments that are traditional and alternative will help with this. So what they'll do is say for your body you have a specific cancer, right? We can take a couple of those cells, take a little bit of that chemo, try it and see, oh, did it kill those cancer cells? No, then that's not the right chemo for you. Because what happens is in the US, they're blindly doing it. You're getting the same exact treatment for your colon cancer as somebody with a different colon cancer that has a different form of colon cancer. You're getting the same treatment if you're 80 pounds, 300 pounds in a lot of the situations. So it needs to be specific for your cancer. So you don't have to look at all of these treatments and do it all. You can get this specific testing that will test your cancerous cells and see what traditional tests, traditional treatments, and alternatives that your cancer will respond to. So basically, it's like seeing your specific cancer and, hey, is this chemo treatment going to work? No. What about this chemo treatment? Oh, look, this chemo treatment helped those cancer cells go away and not come back. All right, that's a good one for you. Because here they're not doing that in the US. We do this with infections, right? You get a sore throat, you get a UTI, right? Especially the ladies, you get a urinary infection. We send it off for a culture, right? We put it on a petri dish, your bacteria, your urine. We put a drop of all different antibiotics around it, and we see how the bacteria respond to each antibiotic. And we say, oh, look, this antibiotic, no bacteria grew around it. That antibiotic will work for you. So there is testing, cancer warriors, that you can do now that your doctors probably don't know about and is not often done in the US, but I can get that for you in the US. So I encourage you to find out and what for your specific cancer, which chemo, if you want to go traditional route, which chemo is best for you, which alternatives are best for you. So I hope this helps you, and I hope I'm not overwhelming you. Watch the replay, reach out to me for a video consultation where I will tell you for your specific unique needs what is best. Now, I also connect with hundreds of the best supplement companies across the globe. So please do not go to Amazon to buy your supplements. I don't care if it's an omega, a probiotic, whatever it is. Do not buy them on Amazon. Is good for a lot of things, but not things you count on your life for, okay? Maybe a kitchen appliance, but not that. There are so many knockoffs on Amazon that look identical and they are not. So please reach out to me. I connect you direct with the manufacturer for your unique need. If you're like, hey, I want a vegan, non GMO, gluten free, soy free, wheat free, blah, 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 I can get that for you. And also at a reduced rate as well. Moving right along. Um, my NP, I am so blessed that I was nominated for NP of the Year, Long Island and New York State. I was never, there's some people that are like, vote for me, nominate me. I didn't do any of that. It holds so much more power that I was generally nominated by whoever for whatever reason because they wanted to. Now, to help secure me, if you'd like to support my message at absolutely no cost to you, and you think I am worthy of this nomination, because I'm sure there's other people being nominated, if you'd like to help me secure this award and would like to nominate me, in a little bit, I'll drop a link down below where you can do so. Absolutely no pressure, but if you think I'm worthy, I would love to see this nomination because it helps support my message at no price, right? My mission is to empower 1 million people per year with my techniques. And I figured out this is how I'm going to do it. And if you'd like to support my mission at no cost, your simple nomination will mean the world to me. And I would love to give you a special thank you for it. So my mission is to empower 1,000 healthcare providers with my techniques each and every year. Because out of that 1,000 healthcare providers, they can each impact at least 1,000 patients, friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers. So collectively, that will have an impact of 1 million people with my trailblazing techniques. Because things I said 20 years ago, people are only talking about now, right? In another 20 years, when this becomes mainstream, you'll be like, hey, who is that girl? So if you'd like to support my mission and my passion and my purpose of helping medical mysteries, autoimmune, and cancer warriors, as well as their healthcare providers, with the tools they need to get better and feel better while reducing their signs, symptoms, autoimmune flare-ups, and reliance on meds, I would absolutely love your nomination to secure this award. So no pressure, but if you feel that relates to you, please reach out to me. I'll get you the link, or come back here and maybe I'll drop the link for the nomination. So I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, listening, and watching. I know it was a lot of information. Watch the replay. If you'd like to learn more about how to activate your genes, you can watch last week's Shayna Show episode. And please, I will offer you a complimentary consult, phone call, or Zoom to see how I can steer your needle in the right direction. And I do offer video consultations where I sit with you one-on-one for a massive deep dive on what is right for you. Because this cookie cutter, everybody gets the same chemo. Now, I'm going to give you full disclosure here. I know one of the big, huge cancer centers, they don't base the chemo you get on what is most effective for your type of cancer. They work in conjunction with the compounding pharmacies. And the pharmacies that provide the whichever drug has the most markup is the one you often get when you're going through chemo. Not all of the facilities are like this, but a lot of them from inside sources are telling this, and I've seen it firsthand. So I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, when you get a specific chemo, ask your doctor, why this one? Why not another one? You know what? And see if they have a good reason. Is this good? What's the effectiveness of this type of uh, success in my specific type of cancer? And, it's a shame when a lot of the cancer warriors are given the same exact chemo when they have different cancers and they're not going to respond to it. And some, it's giving everyone the same chemo and some people respond and some people don't. That's no way to lead your life. I want you to get this testing and I want to help empower you with the treatments, traditional and or alternative, that are best for your specific type of cancer. So please reach out, ask your licensed healthcare professional these questions. What are the risks? What are the side effects? What are the healthy alternatives? For my specific type of cancer, what's going to give me the best success rate? and reach out for a second opinion, a third opinion. You gotta advocate for yourself. Ask them questions. So many people come to me for another opinion, and I'm so glad they do. And I'm able to look at all of their results and all of their records and their imaging and give them an unbiased opinion, because I don't make a dime off the testing. I don't make a dime off which treatment, chemotherapy you go with. So I am giving you a truly unbiased opinion. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for letting me ramble. Sorry I went over, but be well, God bless, stay safe, and please reach out for a private consultation so I can steer you in the right direction that is best for your unique needs.
Finding the strength deep inside. Shayna Melissa takes us on this